And we're back for another episode of HDMI Test Bench. How's it going, everybody? I'm Todd Anderson with avnirvana.com, and today on the bench we have these guys right here. This might just be the next tool to make it into your pocket, maybe into your install bag, maybe back into your workshop, in your own home. Who knows? These are priced right. They work great. They're called STIX. They're made by Murideo, and it's that company's latest HDMI testing solution. Okay, so what we're looking at here, this is called STIX-G. This is the signal generator, and this right here is called STIX-A. This is your analyzer. They are small, really affordable HDMI 2.1 testing duo that's capable of pushing or analyzing signals all the way up to 48 gigabits per second. So yeah, we're talking full 4K at 120 hertz, and you can push a signal with 444 chroma subsampling and 12-bit color. Now, if you're familiar with Murideo's 8K Fox and Hound kit, think of these as a little sibling, and you can see right there, little is the operative word. These are leaner, they're more portable, and significantly more budget friendly. Each of these units right here cost $249, so you're looking at about 500 bucks for the pair, as opposed to the Fox and Hound kit, which lands at around 2,500 bucks. And yes, the bigger price tag delivers higher levels of functionality, but these STIX units show up with a lot of muscle. So with the 8K Fox and Hound kit in hand, why did Murideo make these? Well, the original motivation came from AV pros' need to test their massive AV over IP lab environment, an environment with more than 2,000 endpoints. You know, running cables to test every encoder and decoder, yeah, not ideal. Instead, with STIX, you can plug directly into the HDMI ports on the transmitters and the receivers, cutting down on clutter, setup time, and cable headaches. And it opens the door to other common use cases. We're talking about things like testing wall plates, extenders, switchers, even validating a direct laptop HDMI output. Size-wise, both the generator and analyzer are slightly larger than your average thumb drive, so they're not really that big. We're talking about 3 inches in length and barely over an ounce in weight. And you can see here, they're metal carrying cases. They're about the size of a large deck of cards, which makes these easy to slip into a bag. Power is handled via USB-C, and yeah, any basic USB power source will do the trick. Unlike the Fox and Hound, which can be charged and used wirelessly, these STIX aren't quite as accommodating when it comes to power. They do ship with USB-C cables that are about 60 inches long. No plug head is included, something to keep in mind there. But as you know, most AV equipment has an onboard USB port for power. Now, to turn these on, you simply plug them in, and you'll see right here, you get this nice little OLED color display. And there's a single button on the back side of the unit. That's how you navigate through the menu system on each one of these STIX. You can scroll through test pattern types, signal resolutions, color depths, HDCP options, all by quick little presses of that button. A longer press actually selects the menu item that you're looking at. Then you can scroll through there, make your selections. Another long press takes you back out to the menu itself, and that's all you have to do to navigate through the menu systems on these devices. As I mentioned, you can push a full 48 gig signal, and you can also select various output resolutions. We're talking 720p, 1080p, 4K, and 8K, mixing up the refresh rate, chroma subsampling specs. You also have control over HDCP. So information displayed right here, you can see exactly what kind of signal we're sending out. The generator screen doesn't show you what kind of bandwidth requirements you're creating as you select various signal specs. I wish it did. It doesn't, but the analyzer screen does show you. You can see exactly what kind of bandwidth is coming through on the other side of the system. In this case, that 4K 120 hertz with 12-bit color and 444 chroma subsampling, that's how you achieve 48 gigabits per second with these tools. And then here on the analyzer screen, other things that you'll find useful, we have signal sync time, loss events, and real-time input data. From a troubleshooting perspective, these are efficient and it's easy to keep track of what's going on. And here's what's cool. These aren't just meant to work in pairs. You can run the generator solo to feed a display and verify operation, or you can just use the analyzer to check for handshake issues and resolution info. Murideo designed the STIX for asymmetrical use, meaning you can toss 5 generators into 5 different racks and walk around with a single analyzer to test each one. And that's a game changer if you're deploying large systems or trying to shave time off a multi-room install. One of the more glaring design issues is that these do not have female HDMI ports on them. So if you're testing a system that terminates with an HDMI cable and you need to attach the analyzer to that cable to see what kind of signal is coming through, something that the 8K Fox and Hound does do for you, well, you're pretty much out of luck unless you have some special equipment. Now, if you're thinking, hey, just go pick up an HDMI coupler, I have these 2 right here. These are made by 2 different companies. These both claim to pass through 48 gigabits per second, but as you'll see right here, this is currently sending a 48 gig signal out, and we'll see if the analyzer picks up on it. You can see that signal is flashing. Something's just not going quite right there. And this one right here, this is made by Blue Rigger. This occasionally works, but it's not consistent. Let's see if we can get a signal here for the video. And a signal came through, but typically there are signal dropouts with this. There we go. Yeah, it just can't hold a solid signal, which is not going to be good if you're testing a system. You're looking for reliable connections or looking for reliable signal pass-through. It's going to give you a false reading. Now, there is one solution. This is a known working solution. We're actually going to have a video about this very soon. This is AV Pro's 12x2. So you can have a 48 gig signal go into the HDMI input, and it will split the signal and output it here. Yeah, so you're thinking, okay, well, what about a HDMI switch that says 8K, 60 hertz? This one actually came in packaging that also promised 48 gig pass-through. Same issue as the coupler. It just doesn't work consistently. This guy, though, does work. So theoretically, if you were testing a system that terminates with a cable, you could have that cable run into here, and then you could stick your analyzer into there, and you'll see exactly what is passing through that system. But just a little extra bulk in your bag. This guy costs $300 as it stands, so it's still less expensive than buying the AK Fox and Hound test kit, and you're still getting that 48 gig push. It's also worth noting that these units can run quite hot, not with short-term use, but if you plug them in for an extended amount of time to test signal stability, like over a period of 2 to 3 hours, the outside of each STIX can reach over 110 degrees Fahrenheit, at least according to my measurements. But really, the bottom line here, Murideo's STIX devices are compact, they're affordable, they deliver high-speed HDMI 2.1 signal testing without the complexity or cost of larger kits. So if you're in the field and you need to confirm an HDMI signal integrity, STIX is that reliable second set of hands. And for the enthusiast at home, STIX can give you peace of mind that everything is working as intended, and I have no problem giving it the HDMI test bench stamp of approval. All right, folks, check down in the description for links to more information about the STIX. And look, if you have any questions, drop them down into the description. I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you at the home theater forum at avnirvana.com.